Are you ready for it? Yes, we have a Scorpio full moon coming up this month. And boy, is it going to be a big one. It'll be on the 13th of May if you're from Australia like me. And it's at the 22-degree mark, which is the kill or be killed degree. And we know that full moons are when the sun is in Taurus opposite the moon in Scorpio, both at that 22-degree mark. And what's conjunct the sun in Taurus? And of course, Uranus is right there conjunct the sun, and it's on the fixed star Agol. This is off with your head energy. So this is very chaotic, very shocking and surprising energy, very electrifying. Very much based around like the internet, but also money, because Scorpio and Taurus are money. So maybe some shocks with the stock market, Taurus, bull, symbolism. And also Scorpio energy is it's a fixed water sign. It links to things like paranoia, stalking, crimes, secrets, obsession, but it's very powerful. It's ruled by the modern planet Pluto and the traditional planet being Mars. So it also has very healing, transformative energy. On the higher octave, Scorpio energy is very loyal and very powerful. They are your ride or dies. They will literally go to the underworld for you. Pluto being Hades, the god of the underworld. And really think about that Scorpio energy. It's really like the Scorpion is armored. It's toxic. It is vengeful and gets revenge. Often we think about Scorpions hiding in the desert, in the sand, waiting to sting their prey. So they hide and then they attack with their little stinger and poison. It's very toxic. So when we're dealing with Scorpio energy, they take everything in. They're very mysterious. They wait for the right moment because they know all of your deepest, darkest secrets. And they will use that against you for revenge. Even if that takes some time and they have to wait in the desert, they've got their armor. They're fine. They're ready to go. So with this Scorpio full moon being opposite Uranus in Taurus, definitely expect some shocks and surprises with our security, with our money, with our resources. I'd expect some more stuff to come up around the tariffs and the cost of living and the economy. Something to do with banks and maybe like Bitcoin, that kind of stuff. We also might get some really big shocking news about powerful people, elite people. Think about Jeffrey and the list. And think about the diddler, Sean. These things could be quite prominent during this time because Scorpio does kind of link to the truth and secrets and things being revealed. And like trauma and crimes. It also links to like endings and literal death. So there could be like a major event around someone's unaliving, especially people with significant Scorpio placements. I mean, we know that the king has a Scorpio sun, but there's also plenty of powerful people that have Scorpio placements. But the final thing that I wanted to mention is a little bit obscure, so follow along. Scorpio also links to deep bonds and sex intimacy. So during this time, you want to be super careful and cautious. Make sure you're using protection. Because when it comes to body parts and the astrology and health astrology, Scorpio rules the genitals and it links to intimacy. And Mars, the traditional ruler, is in Leo. Leo's passionate, it's hot, it's sexy. And Leo rules the 5th house traditionally, which is about fun, pleasure, dating, sex. This full moon in Scorpio is at the Saturn degree, limitations, restrictions, stop, boundaries. While Venus is in detriment and she's in Aries, she's at the degree that links to Scorpio, which is very interesting. And then Venus trines Mars, which is the traditional ruler of this full moon. And don't forget the modern ruler, which is Pluto, is in Aquarius, bringing some elements of potentially the internet, AI situations, a cyber attack, a massive blackout. I don't know, something looks really funky there. Maybe linked in with like the UFOs, aliens, UAPs or whatever they're called. But just remember, for you individually, this is going to be a very different time. You need to look at your chart and figure out how this is activating your chart. This Scorpio full moon might be really good for you, or it could be really challenging depending on your personal chart. And I do readings, so definitely reach out if you want one. But remember, full moons are a time for releasing and letting go, especially around that Scorpio house in your chart. For a lot of us, there are going to be some big endings, a chapter being complete, finished off, we're done. And full moons bring everything to light. The moon is illuminating everything so we can see things for what it is, what's in the dark, what's hidden, comes to light.